Good morning, Suraj Singh, civil engineer, Bharat, Faridabad. Daily talk to you. I've been talking to you about various issues related to our country and other countries. Issues are important to be discussed and resolved. Because we have no authority to resolve, yet we can think on, we can discuss, we can become a think tank of nation and issues. Thinking is not a problem, thinking is required, it's very important. It's a theory. We have to think every time for everything. If you have capacity to think, if you have brain, we have everything, we have body, we have to think, otherwise we waste time. Thinking is very, very highest property of life. If you think, you can find solution. If you don't think, don't know. It's not possible without thinking to find solution. Find solution, irrelevant one. Think once, twice, thrice, four times, as many as number of times you can think that will be better for each and everybody. You will be having reliable solutions after that. Same thing applies to countries and our country, other countries. You just take starting for our country, we'll say, after we have to ensure that we got it. After doing something, we apply something, we take some decision, then we have to review whether we have taken right decision or we have taken wrong decision. That is very important. But we have to evaluate it just like you can say you have to proof check your work, you have to review your work rather than other reviewing. You suppose you do something today in the evening, you can say whether it's right or wrong. That you are required to check according to modern times, according to quality management and according to everything. Because first you have to be sure about the evaluation that you have done. If you think you have done right, it's fine. Otherwise, you cannot propose to someone else when you have no confidence at all. Confidence learning is very important. Confidence learning is very important property of life. If you do something without even analyzing and understanding this, you cannot satisfy your client or customer whosoever is there for whom job is meant. It applies to everywhere. Our country is full of problems. We know all that. So we consider problems. These are not problems at all. We are in tension and in stress, and that's because we consider problem. Nothing is a problem. If you start from 1947 and come up to 2019, you'll find we have gone up track of progress. Maybe it's not to that mark, but it has gone some way. Decisions were taken from time to time, and those decisions were implemented accordingly. Result would have been different, success or failure or semi-success or teaching or self-learning, whatever it is. Lessons learned are very important. If you are a failure somewhere, this means you learn lesson. If you are not passing, you learn lesson. That lesson is very important in life, and we do in our profession learn what we learn. Learning is not failure. Learning is a pass. Means you have to work better in future. If you learn something and if you don't learn something, well, you are called a fool. You cannot learn from past lessons. So it's very important to learn what we have learned since 1857 and now in 2019, including a pre-independence struggle and post-independence life of our country. We must have learned a lot, but we do not actually use that learning. That's the problem. Most of us are very, very intelligent people, very, we can say, scholars type. They have potential of life, potential of mind, potential of everything, but they don't come forward to help society. That's the problem. Is I have to help only if I am paid. That is my criteria. That's my consideration and condition. That if I am paid, I will do that. That's right. Profession requires that. But payment is one part of life. Your duty is another part of life. Being a citizen of this country is not necessarily you are getting payment for everything. Payment is one part. It's to satisfy your needs. It's not to satisfy your mentality. It's not to satisfy your conscience. It is not to satisfy service. God is not charging anything from you. Have you ever noticed this? You are getting all resources free of cost from nature, from God, from system. Are you paying back? You're not paying back. Even this body is free of cost. You do not pay anyone anything. Yet you are enjoying body, you are enjoying nature, you are enjoying resources of earth, you are enjoying everything you are enjoying. You are not paying anything for air receipt, you are not paying anything for sunlights, you are not paying anything. Yet you are interested in payment because you are doing something. Okay, fine. You must get payment for personal living your making your livings, and that's right. We have to see means when we take decisions for others, for nation, for international areas, for our profession, for something else. What decisions we take are based on some criteria, some qualifications, some management system, and that we do further. Now, we have taken so many decisions in past years, in the current years, and we shall be taking decisions in future also. But are we reviewing that? Certainly, we are not reviewing that. Had we been reviewing that, we would have been something else. The audition probably improved in the future, but no, we are not getting improvement anywhere. We are just not even looking back what we have done, and in particular, governments. What's our government has been there? this party or that party, irrespective of that. These political systems or so-called constitutional systems, they are hopeless in our country, hopeless in the sense of implication, hopeless in the sense of practicality, hopeless in the sense of exercising prosecutions of these criteria, these qualifications, articles of constitutional statutes. This must be because these political system, these political parties, they are just interested in themselves. They are not interested in really solving problems for masses of this country. Masses means we have about 140 crores people, and out of that, maybe 70% are those who are dependent on us. So they are not basically working class. They are not that class which contributes something constructively to our nation's economy. That classes more than 70 crores who just are dependent citizens on other citizens who are working citizens. Now, out of those 70 crores people, I can say hardly 30 crore people, 25 to 30 crore people just add for physical contribution to our economy, and rest are just, you can say, passers by only. So our economy is moving not because of 40 crore people. Our economy is moving just because of 40 crore to 30 crore people. And those 30 and 40 crore people who are just adding to economy are also dependent on some circumstances, improved circumstances or defective circumstances which we have got with us. Yet our politics is moving in negative direction as well as in positive direction. Politics, we have given a name of politics and the body politic, which is our institutions, but yet they do not perform their functions. We have not defined their goals. We have many institutions, but their goals are very limited. Even then, they are not working, unfortunately. Everything is gold, everything is moving, but moving in the right direction, wrong, that thing doesn't even know. We have many laws which are I can say composed, published in say hundreds back, and still those are not working. So those are irrelevant or relevant, nobody wants to see. You just appoint a commission, that commission will take many years and just go recommendations which are no use. Means we are somewhere in you can say turbulent water, and we are not in dynamic equilibrium. We are not in buoyant position, so that we can know how to handle this situation, which is just shivering, vibrating, and not in equilibrium. Sometimes CG out, sometimes CP out, sometimes this is out, sometimes that is out. Nation is not for one man. Nation is not for one leader. Nation is for all subjects and citizens of this country. It's not responsibility of one man, it is responsibility of each and every man, each and every woman, each and every kid, and each and every belongers of this country. When there are so many responsibles, this means no one is responsible. And then so many responsibles are there and no one is responsible is there. We have to see actual who is real responsible, and that real responsible person who has been given investment of authority onto that person, power onto that person to handle this issue. This is called representation, or this is called agency, or this is called management, that you have transferred some responsibility in specific, particularly to a person or to a group or to a ministry or to some body of legal status, and that is called representation or attorney, you can say. So our attorneys, our representatives, who are they? We have to understand that very well, which we are failure as country citizens, as a section of youth, a section of other age group. This is not actually happening. People are not very serious about that. They think only few hours in 5 years, and after that forget. Responsibility is not accepted, it is not worked upon, it is obligation is not done, and results do not come out. In a way, these are expected to come out, and this is called management failure, governance failure, public consideration failure, or you can say constitutional failure in practical life. When something is failed, system cannot move further, because until that failure is checked in, it is reset, you cannot move further, you cannot get some benefit out of that. Why I am explaining all this? Because there is a need, there is a requirement at current time that public has to come to understand where do we stand, and why don't you check it out? Why don't you correct our mistakes? Why don't you remedy them? Why don't you take I can say effective actions on these non-compliances which we are doing ourselves? Compliance is fine, but non-compliance is very important to be checked in. We are not complying ourselves to our system. We are just enjoying in dreams that we are moving, we're going to be power in this world, superpower in this world. We have to be this and that, which we will never attain until we attain our character, attain our efficiency, attain our something else, a part of definition. Say, why don't you do that? You see, when people are more excessive, problems also spread around in various modes. And one part takes in this mode, another part takes somewhere else. While problem is the same, problem cannot be changed. If people understand it in a different way, this must be corrected out. Status of country is uniform, but application is not uniform. Constitution is one, but understandings are different. There are many understandings by many people. Some people even don't know that there is a constitution. Some people know there is a constitution, but nothing to do with them. And some think differently. This is a problem. In my home, for example, in your home, for example, there is a verbatim law, and people abide by that. But in our system, people are not even well informed. They are not advised what they are. And people have no interest to develop themselves to access to that document and read that. Our governments are a product of our parliament, and our parliament is a product of our society. Electorate and elector is a country, you can say, composition of nation. Nation means public, population, resting on some geography. So our population is that wide, that ill-informed, that non-serious, that they leave responsibility in chain of these subjects one to another, another. Okay, I don't do this man will do. I assume that man will do. That man assumes this man will do, and this chain keeps on moving from one person to 140 close persons, and actually nobody does it. This means responsibility delegation has not been made, has not been affected with correctly, and no one is responsible, while in theory everybody is responsible. So why don't we understand this point, how to check it? Who will check it? There is government, there is parliament, there is judiciary, everything is there, but they are only for their definitions, their scope of responsibility. They are not going out of that, and even their scope of responsibility is not known to them. They just say we have taken an oath, and after this, bye bye, thank you very much. There is no meaning of undertaking any oath if you don't abide by that, if you don't respect that. Oath taking ceremony is conducted, spend money is spent, people celebrate it, and once it is signed out, everybody forgets that. That is a problem. Oath is just a ceremony. Oath administration is just a process and nothing else. They don't keep themselves bound. Yes, of course, there are exceptions. There are people who say, no, I am under oath, I will not do this. Only those people who are mature, who are educated, who respect system, they speak like that. But rest, a normal way, say, leave it, we'll see when time comes. And time never comes. Time never comes. It's like, you're respiring, you're breathing, it never stops. If it stops, means you're in trouble. Similarly, time never comes, and you are never in trouble because you are not serious about time, you are not serious about nation, you are not serious about society, you are not serious about what you are required to do, what you did and what you did not do. You did not find out difference of two, what was input and what's output, and you never care about that. If you care, you are, because you are not doing yourself, you are dependent on someone else, you are dependent on administrative secretary, you are dependent on some professional secretary or someone else, and you are not initiating something originally in that. In my profession, it is said that if you want to do something, do it yourself so that you can understand, you can know what's in right or what's wrong, and at every step what's right. But in our system of ruling this country, there are so many gaps, so many distances, so many rivers and seas that you don't even cross each other, and you just move on and keep move on and keep move on, and that's what's happening. I'm not blaming someone here. I'm just trying to say that public is not acting comprehensively, consistently, and cohesively. Public is, we can say, fraction. They are fragmented like fragments are files in computers. Nobody is defragmenting them. That is required. Of course, viruses are there. Nobody scans, but defragmentation is so much that it is very difficult to bring all files into a stacked information, so that they remain in their sectors. This is a problem. We do not feel seriousness. We do not feel responsible. We do not feel if some public money is being wasted, something is wasted from our pockets. We do not feel that. We feel okay, no problem, people will take care of that, and they think people will take care of that. There is no existence of people in our country, because there is no responsible people. All people are just in their way to offices and back, and they are on roads and cars, and everybody has his own scope every day, and they confined to that, not more than that. In any minute, nobody is serious, never serious, and they don't want to be serious. They say it's not my job, and that's fine, thank you very much. If that stands, suppose you are seeing some public money being destroyed, it being wasted, you are not going to speak. Start by job. Let's who's responsible for that and take care. And there is no responsible. And where there is no public check, money is never bothered out. A person who is investing that money, spending that money, he's paid back that money, and that person doesn't make a loss. Public is made a loss, and public loss cannot be known because there is no one examine that, reinvestigate, and then if there is some time investigated law, it's further far time back, you may say, or ahead, which may be 10 years, 5 years investigation comes in. So why I am asking is that public should be very serious, because even a rupee is wasted on some work from public fund, it is your money, your hard-earned money, your tax money, and you are not serious about that. That is the problem. Why, if you go to London, long back, I was in London 85 to London, even a Starling goes to metro, it is in town, it is for your people, it is for nation, but here lakhs, crores are wasted, nobody bothers. So your money is ultimately wasted in unaccountable manner, where there can be no audit on them once it is wasted, because once wasted means that money cannot come back. And that is happening actually with us. We are not caring. We go and see where we want to see all works going on. No quality, no system, no efficiency, nothing, and no botherance at all. Nobody is serious. Educated people are more or less serious. You cannot even refer to illiterate class, but even those who are responsible for that, to examine, to supervise, to have surveillance, to do whatever is required, not to do, they are there. They are not to do there, they are not there to do, that's the problem. They are not serious, they do not undertake the responsibility. Same thing applies to top of our people, government people who are not responsible, ministers are not responsible, prime minister is not responsible, president, they are there for sake of offices, that offices must not remain without person, they must be occupied by someone, only for that reason they are there. They are not serious, they were never serious, and they shall never be serious until people take control of that. You take control of that, then you will be serious. Otherwise, no. Our country is extraordinary country. In fact, Bharat is extraordinary. Bharat, India, a country of seriousness. There's no seriousness here, and we don't want to be serious. We believe in sleep, in dreams, and we keep on dreaming. Our dreams are very powerful. In 1 minute, we remove poverty. In 1 minute, we remove our problems. In 1 minute, we solve every problem. In speeches, in dreams, we can talk anything. We shall do this, we shall do this to you. You are not having food today, do not worry. We will give you food in so many years, don't worry at all. By that time, keep sleeping. This is what we say. This is what we communicate to our people. Don't worry, we are there with you. We shall help you. We will support you as a state. We will look into our welfare, which is called welfare state, but we shall never do welfare to you, because you are only a voter to us, nothing else. You are not a police to us, you are not an army to us, you are nothing in that capacity to us. We are that powerful people. Just think that we have given you and you have taken that. Assume you have taken, and that's all. You have taken that. Just imagine. This is our system, virtual system. This is our government. And this is our Bharat India, where we all are responsible, but none is responsible. We all are serious, but none is serious. And we cannot change it until we decide we have will to change it. How that we will, how shall we will? That is a way to know. That is, you can say, a remarkable question to know who will change it. 72 years over since 1947. We have not devised a formula even how to check these problems. We have not devised, and there is no expectation that this can be devised because in our country, professionals have no value, educated class got no value. Value goes to only those who are criminals, who are, you can say, expected gundas, who have all history sheets, and they lead this country, and we are being led by those people. Our all institutions are deaf and dumb. You get a legislature, conduct executive, you consider judiciary, you consider non-pillaritic institutions like professional bodies, like constitutional CAJ, like constitutional many other bodies. All are only for namesake existing as institutional body politics. They are not related to solve problems which are occurring within all systems. They are just moving their way. They are constrained, they are confined to their own systems, which public do not know. Those say we have this system management and we is a procedure, there's a streamline, and we have to move in that streamline. That is answer from everyone. If you ask them, they would respond this way. And we just say, okay, fine, it's your system, what will happen in systems, and files are stacked and tracked in. Decisions takes decades in this country, and judicial decisions are taken many decades. And if a country cannot decide on problems, decides on questions, cannot respond, how you think that country can move? If I am sick, I'm not respond. I'm not given medicine, and I take medicine, it doesn't respond. Can I survive? Can I survive in that case? I cannot survive. So our country, every country sometimes is sick. Our country is sick. It has been sick. Many other nations have been sick, but they are there, people are there to take actions, apply treatments, impart treatments, and they get recovered. Our country is such that patient which is not only chronic, which was never in normal situation, which never recovered, and still it's super critical position. And we are also in same position otherwise. We don't even think that this nation is in a critical position. We just enjoy emotionally, sentimentally moved by our political leaders who know that our minds are not very responsible, our consciences are very hot. We receive emotional talks with full reception, with full welcome, but we do not think that mind should work. These people know very well. If people think by mind and then ask questions, these political leaders would not be there in their seats for many days. They'll run away. But they know there is no one to ask any question as such, and these questions appear if out from conscious or from heart location, heart zone. This means these questions are also sentimentally based, and they can respond to you in sentimental way, in, you can say, emotional speeches, and you are satisfied with that. They will arouse your emotions, they will try to sway you, and you are swayed, you are moved, and answer is over. This is our parametric property characters. We have all citizens of this country, more than 98% people are emotionally charged, while 2% are only those who can question, who can understand, who can analyze, and 2%, if you compare to 98%, is nothing. It's only 1 is to 49. It's nothing at all. There's no meaning at all. If only 2% people are serious and 98% people are having no degree of seriousness, so what can happen to country? If people are sleeping, they cannot question, government enjoys this, yes, there's no problem. When suppose you are in a seminar, you're talking to someone, some people, they are listening, but if they suppose some people are sleeping, you feel happy, okay, they are sleeping, they're not getting what I'm speaking, so they will not ask questions or toss questions to me, I'm a speaker. Same thing in a country like ours. It is only an extraordinary country. I think there is no country equal to us. We are unequal in a way of passive approach. Now we can say we are not at all active, not at all. Maybe in some fields we are active, for example, field of robbery, field of bank loot, field of cheating, field of fraud, field of crime, we are very active. But we are active only in action. We are not active in reaction. Reaction is judicial decision. We are not active there. Our honorable courts, high bodies, they even take decades to decide, to adjudicate decisions for criminals. And criminals know it very well that our courts are honorable lordship. They are English style courts who need winter vacation and summer vacation. And they are so seriously working that it takes a lot of time for them, more than 25 to 30 years, to reach final judgment. And by that time, person impacted upon by that case doesn't stay on earth. That person exists to another world. And these people are not serious that there is a value attached to every problem, every solution, and that value must be cared about. Nobody cares about. Government knows it very well, legislature knows it very well, and judicial body itself knows it. But no one is serious. One Chief Justice of India demanded 42,000 judges appointments, but Modi kept silent, and silence has every answer. My father used to say, if you don't have answer, just keep silent so that 100 people are defeated by your silence. What a property it is, what a philosophy it is, what a formula it is. Physics and chemistry fail, integral and differential equations fail, calculus fail, mathematics fail, science fail, trigonometry fails, everything fails when you keep silence. Silence is answer to all questions. You may assume whatever answer you assume. My country is silence manager. Silence, silence, and silence. That is formula my country adopts. Best one. Do whatever you want to do, right or wrong, maintain silence. That is what silence means. Meditation. Silence means Om Namah Shivaya. Silence means every chanting of mantra or other religious mantra, and that is well meditation. We are meditating all time. We keep in meditative states all times, all days, from morning till evening, during sleep and during awake states. We keep meditating. Yoga. Yoga, we are yoga society. We are society that doesn't want to live. We are society which keeps ourselves in hangover all time. That is definition of modern Bharat, new Bharat, Hamara Desh, beautiful country. This is our beauty. Yoga, yoga, meditation, and silence. What else do we want? Tell me, what else do you want? Your blood is silent, non-turbulent. Your mind is non-turbulent. Your actions are not turbulent. You just want to live for sake of eating, drinking, and dying. Your life is for marriage, generation of kids, and enjoying, and then divorce. This is our life. We do not want to see what did we did it before 20 years, before 30 years, before 40 years, and where have we moved to, where have we gone? If there's a change of direction, why there was a change in direction? We never try to know why this route which was decided to be followed, to be moved on, why that route could not be covered, could not be tracked on. We do not want to check that. Why did we see failures? We don't want to say that. We just starting weeping. For example, just an example, scientific example, is this: you a lander failed to land on moon, and this guy, scientist, was weeping, embraced with prime ministers. This is our character. Why do we weep? Yes, there is a failure, I admit, but failure is root of success, and science means failure. You cannot achieve your target just in one go. You have to wait. You have to work again and again and again and again. Gravity formula was not generated in 1 minute, 1 second. It took many, many repetitions. Same thing applies to engineering. Same thing applies to technology, to medical experiments. Oh, it takes time. Science is not simply a direction just to decide this is. If you had that knowledge of there was no meaning of science, why you don't that? If you know what's way nature working, how world is moving, how universe is moving, you have to discover that, and that is called scientific knowledge. If you know that already, every knowledge will, there's no meaning of science, because whatever you know is science. So why do you weep? Yes, there is a failure, fine. There is some loss, this is process, this method. If I don't know something, I try once. Whatever I assume, there's so many assumptions. Engineering, science, you assume, let us assume this, and then let us assume this, give this value to this one, and see what it comes in. This is a hit and trial and error method of engineering, of science, of world everywhere. So why do we weep on that? But we are some, oh, I failed, I weep. You failed means you did not fail permanently. You failed in this instance. So why? Try again and again and again. Why emotions? Emotional Emotional formation is a weakness. It should be controlled. If you are emotional, you are lost because emotion and analysis both are different. Emotion and analysis both are opposite to each other. Once your mind is in control, you use your mind, you will not find any problem. Yes, you may find questions, you will answer, your mind shall answer. But if you say, no, I am lost, I cannot help it, I cannot do it, oh, I am dead. That stage is full of emotions and full of turbulent mind, where your mind is not active but inactive. An inactive mind cannot coordinate itself among itself. You fail to answer. But once you relax, your conscience stops, your mind activates. We have to understand this philosophy. It is not a spiritual phenomenon, it is experience phenomenon. When you are nervous, you cannot find solutions. When you are lose nervous status, you come to brain, you find thinking on that, contemplating on that, concentrating on your issues and find solutions. That is what we want our society and our state in Bharat into. In spectrum it should go. It has never gone to that. We never try to know what are problems, how we can understand these problems and solve it. Mathematics formula is there, formulas are used, calculations are used, but in our problems we never apply mathematics. We apply emotions. Our political leaders have only got one ambition, how to garner votes. And this is the character, this is your destiny, this is your totality, this is the shop, this is the hotel, everything is that. Their only ambition is how to get votes so that come into power, and that is all, nothing else. There is no ambition, there is no will, there is no determination to help people come out of problems. And people also are used to voting and they think it is their job done, after that they have no responsibility. This gap of understanding has to be filled in. We have to see how to fill in. I don't want to see society dead, and I don't want to see people in politics enjoy. This is what is happening these days. I'm not saying actually happening in this used to happen before also. Because they know this is only demand, this is only profession they do. Get votes, get votes, get votes. That's it. Everybody had some formula. I'm not talking of the Jawaharlal Nehru time, I'm talking of after that time. For example, Congress had one formula. I get votes of SC, I get votes of ST, I get votes of Muslims, and my government continues. Means 22% that one, 15 and 7 22, and 15 37. We get 37, and from somewhere else 40% put, and our government moves on, no problem at all. They just remain in power. And same thing applies to other part now. This BJP part, they want to get votes from Hindu, and they want to power. Only approach is, only goal is how to stay in power. If that is goal of political system, constitutional system, I think we are in drain. It's not brain drain, it is a big drain, rainwater drain, drainage drain, which shall take you into depth, which will kill you. This hydrogen sulfide is there, other gases are here, you can't be able to digest, you will die there. We are in a drain of that type of nala. They call it anything nala. We are constructing many drains here in Faridabad, maybe in our cities are working so-called small cities. I have so many photographs of illiterate and bad and rubbish quality into that system they are working with. I put many photographs on Facebook. Is these people least bother about quality system, our government least bother about quality, our professionals the least bother about quality. Go and see construction works, go and see other works. You shall not find any quality, but company that is working on those acts, that was quality certified organization, all generally they write their ISO 9001 2015 or 2008 certified, and you see their product, you can know what level of certification they got. It's bribed level or it is real working level. And that is what our government is. Our ministry is all many times certified by ISO 9000. Many institutional bodies are certified by ISO 9001, but they are not working accordingly. They are giving very good prints and publications, saying very good videos and very good seminars, but if you find products up there, you will be sad with that and regretful. How we got this? We have very great engineers coming up universities these days. There's BTech and MTech. And if you talk to them, interact with them, you will be disappointed with their performance. What sort of knowledge you have got? Same thing applies to medicals and same thing to other professionals. They're just having certification and exposures, but if you ask them, nothing. It's not adequate to have a degree in hand or a post-graduation or some doctorate degree in hand and claim that once you're exposed to questions, you fail, you are degraded. And this happens because of non-performance. There are two words, either perform or non-perform. This is contextual word, this is specific word, this is management word. Your performance states, your performance mandates what level you have achieved, where you have reached, what's your attainment. Simple degree has got no meaning if you have no pragmatism, if you have no experience, if you have no analytical power, if you cannot understand problem, you cannot provide solution. Degree or education means deliver solutions, understand problem, analyze problem, find out solution, take alternatives, and then reach some goal, some solution in compliance with requirements, whatever requirements are applicable onto your question. That is called performance and efficiency as well. It's not simply performance. You keep performing with quality without any quantity. That is also not acceptable. Performance means quality plus quantity with reliability, and the reliability equates to safety plus serviceability plus durability. These are questions, these are equations we have to understand. Our government should work on reliable basis, which is not working. What I mean to say, if reliable government is there, equal to safety-based government, safety-oriented government, serviceability-oriented government, and durability-oriented government. And these two words, the three words, are very significant if you analyze further. What is safe? You should know that safe everywhere. We have to be safe everywhere, not only in the work, otherwise as well. For example, safety. Very big question is suppose you're walking on a road. It happens that you walk every day, but you fall, you come down. Yes, you're not safe. You slip. Some car passes by, there's water, stagnant water is there, and it sends slashes to you. You're not safe. So it's from your eyes, it comes to your clothes. Same thing is safety is applicable to all events in life, from your walking event, from your chairs, office chair sitting event, and even in construction and industries and wherever it's even airplane. It applies. It same thing is your serviceability. If you are not able to get service, what sort of that resource is? There is no meaning of the resource. If our government cannot provide service to its people, there is no justification of that government to be in power if they fail to serve us. Serve means in every sector of life where this government is charted upon to do so. If they cannot follow their charter requirement, there is no meaning of government. You may say, what is charter requirement? Whatever our duties expected of our government, be state government or central government or whatsoever, other institutional government, they are invested with, they are bound to deliver service to some charter confinement. If you cannot do that, you are not a government. You are just food eaters, nothing else. You are just like a bird. You have no value at all. You are just surviving for sake of surviving. And that government is no government actually. Government has to take care of people. That is government. Govern just like you say, I appointed governor for my child, for my baby. Similarly, we are child of this nation, and that government has to act like parent or someone else. And Reliability is this, means the serviceability is this. They have to serve us in each and every sector. Yes, there can be variations in results. There can be performances. They may be successful one way, other way they are not. But they should be seen working. They lose your money every year. They say, "No, there's no money, no money, no money for this." Now why? Where is money going? My question is, money was given to you. It's your budget. You prepare that, you publish that, you approve that, and where money goes when there is no money, and if there is no work, there is money. You say this money could not be spent. Whose responsibility is this? Both ways we have to catch our governor, our government. If you cannot utilize money, why you fail to utilize means you are not working. If money is not available, it is lost and work is not done. This means you lost it. This money, why, where is gone? Money cannot come back. Come back. I'm not accountant, but by experience, people told me like this. Again, see the singles problem here. That's the problem. We have to see poor singles, this single, that single, every day happens. This is also quality issue. Singles are going, means you cannot help it. It's very, very important. I'm getting a note here due to poor wireless connections. Your video has been paused. Consider moving to find a better signal, or you can end video broadcast. Every day I'm getting this. It's not very cold. I think signals are weak, or something is weak, or this connection is there. What to say? They don't. Even in morning time, it's happening. What happens in daytime? I don't. I'll try to take its chance in day, because if it's in morning, early morning, this is a problem. What will happen in daytime? I cannot imagine. So, trying to reconnect, and this will never reconnect. I know. Even if I wait for 1 hour, it will not be reconnected. This is my beautiful Bharat service providers, Airtel and all that, only for namesake. They are international, national, but never, they are street people. They are charging money and doing nothing. This happens. Many times I complain, but no results. Yes, we are setting it. We are setting. There's a problem in your area. This and that. These are routine answers from them. What to do with this? Well, I'll close it and make again. That's the only way. Otherwise, it's waste of time. I hope I take it back. These are selections. Pause, 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 and pause. What to do?